First up is Zume Pizza. Zume Pizza, if you maybe have not had a chance to see them or hear about them, we've kind of talked about this company before. And the issue with Zume Pizza, they kind of started as a pizza delivery company that had robots. The idea was pretty simple and straightforward, but they have evolved, and Softbank has popped in $375 million into this company. And the idea is that Zume will be creating a platform, meaning a robotic preparation platform, or what I consider cook-on-the-way technology, that potentially they'll license to other restaurants, maybe chains, fast casual concepts, QSRs, things of that nature, as well as obviously pizza companies, in moving out into the on-demand space. Now, there are some things that I think that are good and somewhat, I feel a bit optimistic in this area, and that is just on-demand and delivery. I think that has continued to explode. Obviously, Uber has a lot to say about that because they are one of the biggest companies out there. However, they have one of the biggest flaws in potentially food delivery, and that is the fact that it is a third party. Where Zume is trying to go about this is using a direct to the restaurant concept itself. So it would be the restaurant concept themselves as the delivery mechanism, and in fact being cooking on the way. So audience on that's around 200K if you look at all the restaurants in fast casual, QSR, and maybe some of the casual dining concepts that would kind of go into that. Now, where I see this as a little bit of a challenge is pizza delivery. Pizza delivery right now is actually down 18% year over year based on Foodable Labs data. Now, what I think is causing that is the fact that you've got all this great choice in fast casual, you've got Uber Eats, and all of the online apps that are providing just really kind of a whole new plethora of options for a diner that's maybe at home or at work. And what used to be kind of controlled by the pizza industry is now just so diversified in all these different options. So I think that's what's contributing to the downturn in pizza delivery in terms of comparison of other applications. Some other things that I think can kind of fall into this, and that is the packaging issue around, and this is where Uber kind of falls down. Obviously, they're taking the package directly from the restaurant, but in many cases, the restaurant may not necessarily have packaging that's designed for an Uber driver delivery. So if Uber continues to work on creating a logistics advantage, meaning they might be doing multiple deliveries, much like if you look at Uber and how they do their delivery of people, which is where they start, kind of use the logistics application to reduce cost, that could be a scenario where food hold times will become a major issue with Uber delivery. And that's where we get into food safety. Packaging is going to have to change. There's a lot that could happen here. So with that being the fact, then you look at someone like Zume, who potentially is cooking it on the way, completely removes the packaging requirement and completely removes the issue around, or for the most part, issue around food safety. I think that will be the thing that we'll continue to see. We're going to continue to try to track this story and kind of the technologies overall as technology hits this space. One thing we did do here recently is we actually did a video here on Foodable that talked about some of the pizza tech that was being used. So take a look at this and you kind of get an idea of what we're looking at.
Zume Pizza utilizes multiple robots in their brick-and-mortar facilities. With the addition of human labor, Zume is able to make about 120 pizzas an hour. Each robot is named and tasked with a specific job. Giorgio and Pepe layer on the sauce, Marta spreads it evenly, Bruno slides the pies into the oven, and Vincenzo removes them. With the growing amount of restaurants utilizing automation, it brings up the question, what about the current employees? A 2017 report states between 6 million and 7.5 million US jobs are at risk in the upcoming years due to automation. But Alex Garden, CEO of Zume Pizza, doesn't see it that way. Cobotics, a concept Garden defines as automation complementing rather than replacing human labor, allows for repetitive work to be minimized and ultimately free people up for higher value work.
All right, so you can kind of see technology is really advancing in the food service space, and we'll continue to see, I think, a lot of this moving forward, especially with labor costs continuing to rise and the fact that we still are in a very challenged market space in terms of overall availability of people wanting to work in this space.